you.
I know. I shouldn't be surprised.
Football questions from Maddux Madsen.
How did it feel, after the passing game, we struggled a little bit in the Oregon game to come back and get it going tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our passing game was a lot more efficient than it has been. Obviously, personally, there's plays that I can make better decisions on going forward, and I will. But I thought we took a big step in that side of our offense for sure.
I went with Matt Louder prior to the season. He said, like, during the scrimmages and stuff, you guys particularly connected on a lot of explosive plays. How much did you guys need to get him kind of involved in the rhythm of your passing game?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Matt has had several explosive plays, and he's been really good for us in many aspects of the game. And the first 2 weeks, he blocked his tail off every game. Like, undeniable, one of the best blockers in the country when it comes to the tight end position. But also on the flip side, he is probably one of the best receiving tight ends in the country as well. So that was a big thing that we had to do, even from my side. Like, there's times I missed Matt early on those first 2 games, and so finding Matt Louder and having him like get in his rhythm was awesome to see tonight for sure.
He fumbles, doesn't matter. You just keep going right back at him. Spencer said that's kind of the mentality you guys have. What's it from your standpoint? I mean, you give him the ball, he coughs it up, and you just have the confidence to keep rolling with him.
Yeah, I know Matty. I mean, Matt and I get to hang out with each other often. We're good buddies, and so that's never a thing on all the players that I play with. I'm never going to hold that against the guy, right? I mean, I know Matt. He's one of the most elite competitors I've seen, and so a hiccup like that is not going to shy myself from staying with him, nor would it be like Coach Cutter. And he's got to have the ball in his hands. He's explosive with it.
You and Cam Camper, Cam get 2 catches, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Literally can't get more efficient than that. But what's Cam meant to you and you guys? You guys drive to practice together every day, but how do you see him continue to grow?
Yeah, I mean, week by week, I think he's getting more comfortable. That was the one thing, he hadn't played football in a while. I mean, when he came in here, he didn't even do anything in the spring. Like, he hasn't played football in a while. So seeing him finally get to the river, play football again, he's an elite playmaker when it comes to that side of things, and it's good. I mean, Cam's one of my good buddies, and he's one of those playmakers that you can count on most times in the game.
It's kind of funny because, like, he plays with a fire, but sometimes you wonder if he plays with a pulse. After his touchdown in the corner, like, he had like 0 reaction to it.
He was frustrated a little bit because he dropped that ball on one of the drives, and I went up to him. I was like, "Would you just smile like you scored a touchdown?" And then after the second one, he came up and kind of gave me a big smile. I was like, "Thank you. Like, I appreciate that."
How nice was it? I know you alluded to it a little bit, but just to get the offense flowing the way it did, especially in the first half. 4 of your 6 drives ended in touchdowns, 300 total yards. Just how good did it feel to get that offense flowing like that?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our offense played good. Like I said, there's probably several plays that we wish we could have back, and I think not scoring on 2 of those 6 drives was a big deal to us. That's something that we talked about going in this game. Like, we got to score and be efficient on all of our drives, and so those 2 drives obviously hurt, but I think bouncing back and showing the response after a turnover is a big deal. And I think our offense did a great job of going after it like nothing happened, and kind of in a good response way, and scoring touchdowns is a big deal. So it was awesome to see our offense roll and have a good time out there.
Obviously, you want to play every drive, but seeing Malachi get out there, and I know you guys are close. Just what do you think for him, and how it was for him getting out there?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome for him. It was good to get him those live game reps. I mean, he's a playmaker for sure, and so I was proud of him. That's something like I'm proud of him for that, because that situation that he's in is difficult for a guy like that, and so I think it was awesome for him to go out there and kind of compete at a way. So it was good to see. I'm proud of him for sure.
I know you touched on that, but the running game, to get 342 rushing yards, you get 200 from guys other than Ashton Genty, and some no Breezy again tonight. Didn't see much from Gaines. Just to see some other guys out there running and the success you've had running the football tonight. How big was that to see?
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. All of us say if you don't know T. Crow, I mean T. Crow is just a baller. He's one of the most efficient guys. Comes in every day, never complains about the situation he's in, and he's going to go compete like no other, no doubt. And then to see Dill do what he did was awesome. I mean, super excited. That dude's got some juice. He can move a little bit. So, I mean, that running back room is stacked. I mean, those 2 guys that didn't get very much touches, Breeze and Sire, like those guys are awesome as well, and it's been put on film. So that room's stacked. it's just a complete, and that there's props to the line too. There's several plays where those guys just got after it in the trenches and defeated those guys up front like no other for sure.
How impressed were you with Cameron Bates' moves on his touchdown, just kind of shifting direction and going across the field?
I mean, he's awesome. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Talk about a guy that comes in every day, just willing to work through all circumstances, and so that was awesome to see of Will Bates. He's a stud, and cool to see him like make plays like that because those more plays are coming his way for sure.
Couple more. What can you tell us about Dylan Riley? Like, we don't know him much, and like for the most part, fall camp, like he was down the depth chart, and then the situation you guys are in, it's his show there for a little bit. What about his character? Is he a quiet guy? Like, what can you tell us about him?
Yeah, I mean, he is quiet. That's the best way to put it. He's extremely quiet. Sometimes I'll like trying to get some out of Dylan a little bit, but like I said, talk about a guy that came in and he's just grinded his way through everything. I mean, in his situation, it's tough. That, like I said, that running back room is stacked. So for him to just kind of keep his nose down and get to work every day is big time, and it showed. That's awesome for him. Like, I'm super proud of that kid. He had an awesome day for sure.
Guys, 3 games into the season in football, I mean, once you get in the game 4, you kind of like are who you are, right? And right now, you guys are averaging almost 50 points per game. You put up 609 yards of offense tonight. You're averaging almost 550 yards per game on the season. Like, I don't know, what are those numbers to you, and how would you just kind of assess where your offense is at as this is enough to where it is kind of your identity, it feels almost?
Yeah, I think our offense has done a great job. Obviously, like I've said, there's definitely room. We'll come in here on tomorrow and Monday and just be like, oh, there's certain things we can fix for sure, no doubt. But I'm proud of those guys, and it's been like a good little click that we've got going. We've seen how well we can play when we play our best, and so I think that's something that all those guys can look at, offensive side of the ball for sure, to where we know how well we can be. Let's not hold ourselves back from that.
After 3 games, you're 15 for 15 in the red zone with 13 touchdowns. I mean, that's efficient. I mean, what kind of confidence are you building in the red zone with this offense?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big deal for sure. Like you said, those numbers are incredible when it comes to being in the red zone like that. So I think it's a good mindset for the offense of like, hey, when we're in the red zone, we got to finish drives. We're not just kicking field goals every time. As much as we love Jonah and as good as he is, like, we got to score touchdowns to win games. And so that's a big deal for the offensive. A reminder all the time of like, hey, we've got to score in the red zone, score touchdowns.
All right, thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Yep.